Okay guys, Slenderman here. We got another grappling breakdown. This time me and Brian. He's going to come in for a double of sorts. I'm going to get double underhooks and shut that down. I kind of like to let them just kind of work when we're doing stand-up and see what they can come up with. I'm going to step in. He's going to snatch a single leg. He would actually want to throw me towards my head at this point, but he opts to throw me towards my back. And I just use the momentum and turn it into kind of a hip bump sweep. You see here, I step in, he snatches my single. He goes in, the grip comes over my head, and then he steps in and does the sweep. And that kind of structure he created allowed me to just do a hip bump sweep. He couldn't use his hand as a post because my head took it out from under him. And then I stepped over into the reverse Kasukatame position. I secured a grip on his head, and I had a solid position. He kind of feeds me his arm here. I wrap up the Kimura grip. I was actually thinking about that triangle, but I decided to step around instead, see what I could create. But I couldn't get all the way leaned over towards my head to go into that armbar, so I just opted to stay with the knee ride. I tried to do a sloppy backstep armbar there. Failed miserably, but I end up in double underhook control, and then I create a pretty unique submission out of it that you don't see quite often. So we'll look at that again, kind of check it out. Here I go. I fall into the double underhook north-south position. I feel his elbow, and once I feel that, I kind of just tuck it in under his arm in under my armpit. And once I have that grip, I just launch my inner leg in, get a hook on his leg, and now I can add leverage with my hips to his arm in an Americana type position, and you can see the tap there. So pretty cool, pretty rare submission. What I actually want to talk about, though, is the transition off that Kimura grip. I know a lot of people probably saw this, and they thought, why didn't you drop back on the armbar? If I had dropped back on the armbar, it is very likely I would have been successful. And while a successful armbar guarantees you a win in a jiu-jitsu match, it does not guarantee you a win in a fight. So if you fall back to break a guy's arm and it doesn't also break his will, now you've got a very angry, committed attacker on top of you. Sure, he's down one arm, but to me, that's still not as an ideal situation as still being on top and controlling. So my intent was to come around and actually drive him forward enough to go into a belly down armbar series. But he did a good job of getting his back to the mat and nullifying that. So I just gave up the Kimura grip and took the top position. So that's the point I want to make tonight, guys. There are a number of ways to finish armbars while maintaining top position. So let's stick with that. And given the choice between the two, if we have to let go of a submission to maintain a top position, that's fine. That is not failure. We need to be okay with that and choose that, and move on and continue to break down our opponent and just find the next thing they give us, right? So hope this helps. Remember, get out there, train. Slenderman out.